Hello, and happy Friday. So I'm a few minutes early, but I wanted to come on a few minutes early to give everybody a chance to see that I'm live so that you guys can get the notifications, come on, get ready, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it. I've been trying to have this talk for a couple weeks now, and I'm like, all right, it's time. Let's get it. So hello, come in, share this video when you get on here. I would love for you to share. Get this video out there to the masses so that anybody, whether you're positive or negative, you can get this information out there to whoever needs to hear it. There's a lot of misinformation that happens when it comes to HIV and AIDS education. I am one of those people who I am never, ever going to come on here and give you any information that is not accurate, that I have not checked myself, that is not factual. Hello, Felicia. Hey, Nikki. Hi. Thank you. Look, I had to have a black church up in here. I said I need to go and update my pictures, This was a picture that someone gave to me when I got my first apartment, and this picture goes every apartment wherever I live. This picture goes on the wall. So yeah, and you could tell this picture right here is an older picture because she was like 1 or 2. She is smaller than me, and now she's taller and bigger than me. She's a whole adult now, and I don't know. He just the same size. Nah, he's a little bigger too. But yes, thank you. Hey, Steph. Hey, Randy. Hey, everybody. Share this video. Hit that share button. It only takes one little click of the finger to share this video out. So, yes, memories. Yes. Hey, Jeff. Thank you guys for coming on and watching. So, today is going to be all about education. It's all about education. This is where, if you're new to my page and you've never heard me do anything like this on my page, you always just come on here and I'm being funny, goofy, it's about the kids. Well, now you're getting ready to see what this page is really actually all about. Okay? That's what's finna happen right now. You're getting ready to really see. So, for you guys who are new to my page and you don't know much about me, you don't know what it's all about, my name is Ladybird, and I'm an HIV and AIDS advocate. I've been HIV positive. This year be 15 years on November 21st. I was knowingly infected by my first husband. He knew he was HIV positive. He failed to disclose his status after he was told by his primary care physician to disclose his status. He failed to do that. And this was even after I took the initiative for us to go and get tested. And by him not disclosing his status to me, I was able to file charges against him, have him incarcerated and put in prison, where he served 4 years and was released in March of 2012 for knowingly infecting me with the HIV virus. There's a whole story about it. When I tell you that I was not his only victim, I was not his only victim, but I was the one that took the initiative to do what I did as far as having him prosecuted and incarcerated for the crime. Had I not done that, hundreds of people, and I'm not being like over exaggerating with the numbers when I tell you literally hundreds of people who were either directly or indirectly affected by him having unprotected sex with others were made known of this because of my actions of doing what I did. Yes, I was his wife. Yes, I loved this man. But at the end of the day, he did a crime to me. He did not give me a choice or option to decide if I wanted to be HIV positive or not. He didn't give me that option. So I did what I had to do as the person that I am, and I filed those charges against him. Hey, Charlene from Philly. I have family in Philadelphia that actually has some businesses that you might have heard of too. I've been to Philly once. I had a speaking engagement with the state of Delaware Health Department, and I flew into Philly, and I actually went a couple places in Philly, met my cousins while I was there. So, I had me a Philly cheesesteak, y'all, but I didn't do it like y'all do it. I'm picky. So my Philly cheesesteak, I could have just went to Subway and got it. I'm just saying. That's how basic my Philly cheesesteak was. Yeah, so make sure y'all are sharing this video. Get it out there. If anybody, while we're going through this, if anybody has questions, feel free to ask questions in the chat. What's up, Dawn? Hey, my boo. If you have questions, make sure that you ask those questions in the chat. Feel free. Don't feel like a question is a dumb question. No question is a dumb question, because if it's a question, that means you don't know the answer and you want to know the answer. So feel free to ask any question that you want to ask me. I'm an open book. I'm very transparent about everything. So we're going to get started. So what I wanted to talk about today, because probably a month ago, I posted this question and I asked people, what are some things about HIV and AIDS or STDs or anything that you want to know about that you don't know about? So a lot of people would come to me and they were saying, oh, I want to know about this. So I'm going to talk about two of those questions and things that people asked about. Someone wanted to know if there is a such thing as HIV carriers. Because they had heard that there are people that can carry the HIV virus, but not necessarily be HIV positive. And then someone wanted to know also, what's the quality of life like for someone who's HIV positive? So I was actually going to break these two up into one live each, but as I kept doing that, it didn't work out. So I had this one scheduled for today. I said, well, let me just go ahead and merge those two together. So I'm going to start out and we're going to talk about, is there a such thing as an HIV carrier? So the quick, fast, and easy answer for that is no. There is no such thing as an HIV carrier. And in relation to just talking about HIV and AIDS, using the word carrier is pretty irrelevant. So I want you guys to know that. There is no such thing as an HIV carrier. You're either HIV positive or you're HIV negative. There's no in between. There's no, oh, well, I might be carrying the virus, but I ain't got it. No. If anybody ever comes to you and they say, well, I'm just a carrier of the virus. No, either you have it or you don't. There's no in between. There's no middle line there. So don't fall for the okie doke. Okay? Because some people, literally, there are people who are that vindictive. They got this virus. They maybe not have known how they got it. They don't care who they're sleeping with. They're not using protection. And if somebody were to approach them and say, well, so-and-so told me that you have HIV, and I know we slept together, we did X, Y, Z. What's going on? They might come and use that whole line of saying, well, I don't have it. I'm just a carrier. And I want you guys to understand that that's not a thing. It's not a thing. Yeah. Don say, no, there are those who are undetectable and cannot transmit sexually. Yes. And I'm going to talk about that too, sis. So, yeah. There is no such thing as somebody saying that they're an HIV carrier. Now, what my good sister Dawn just said in the comments is that you guys do need to know that there is a such thing as being undetectable. When you're undetectable and you're HIV positive, this means that the viral load, which is the amount of times that the virus replicates in your body, making copies of itself, means your viral load is less than 20 copies of less than 20 copies of the HIV virus in 1 milliliter drop of blood. So, for example, let's say I prick my finger. I take one little drop of blood and I put it on a slide to look at under a microscope. Under that 1 milliliter drop of blood, if there is less than 20 HIV viruses in that drop of blood, you're considered undetectable. Okay, that's what that means when you hear the word undetectable. And that means that you're HIV positive and you're undetectable, which means the chances of you infecting someone else with the HIV virus is non-existent at this point. And it's been proven over and over and over again. You may have heard people or infomercials talk about U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmittable. That's what that's talking about. And also, I wanted to say this too. Now, you do have situations where people get confused with the terminology. There are a lot of words that sound familiar in the HIV and AIDS and STD world that sound familiar and get misunderstood. So you do have something called, what you will hear is referred to as non-detected. Non-detected. Non-detected means that you took an HIV test and the HIV virus was not detected in your blood sample, which means you're HIV negative. So don't confuse when you hear the word not or non-detected and the word undetectable. Those are two totally separate, different things, okay? And I think that's what confuses a lot of people. They hear the word detected in both words, and so they try to bridge those words together. Undetectable, not detected, non-detected. But those are two separate terminology, two separate meanings. And so I want you guys to understand the difference. So you have undetectable, which refers to people who are actually diagnosed with the HIV virus, but their viral load is so low that the virus is not replicating in the body, versus non-detected or not detected, and that is when you're HIV negative, you've taken an HIV test, and it's telling you the virus was not detected in your body. Boom. And if I have to repeat that again, I will. No problem. Oh, my back, y'all. I got this pillow behind my back. I'm just, y'all know I'm dealing with these bulging discs, and sometimes I get these sharp nerve pains that shoot. So if y'all see me reach behind my back, just know it's because I'm dealing with some pain right now in my back. But, so, that is pretty much that whole spiel when it comes to, is there such thing as a, bless you, baby, is there such thing as a carrier? And then, the whole undetectable, not detected, non-detectable thing that gets people confused. Any questions on that before I move forward? I want to give you guys a chance to ask questions. I know I just gave a lot of information in a really short period of time, so I want you guys to be able to. Hey, Fila, you're in Philly, but from Namibia. Oh, nice. Hello, Cheryl. If anybody said hello and I missed saying hello back, hello, hello, hello. You been waiting, Nikki? Nikki said, I've been waiting for this. Hey, Nicole. I see my name popped in. Let's see. I'm just scrolling. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And granted, now I'm gonna tell you, there are many other HIV advocates who are well educated on the whole U equals U thing. I know what U equals U is. I know what it means. I know all of that. But there are some advocates who that is like their biggest advocacy in this fight. That is what they do. My whole area is totally different. I'm more on the whole disclosure. I'm more on to you guys being educated on just the basics, the different things like that. Like we all have our little different things that we focus on. Get some biofreeze, girl. I need to. Dawn, listen. My dad said he had something at home that should help. It's like a patch that I could put on there, and like he was like, it's like an icy hot patch, I think he was telling me. I told him I'm gonna have to check and see, because I don't want to get something that might irritate my skin. Hey, Mersha says, can someone be infected from an HIV positive individual? All right, so if the person who's HIV positive is undetectable, which I just explained, undetectable basically means that the amount of virus that's replicating in your body is less than 20 copies in a milliliter of blood. If that person is undetectable, the chances of them infecting someone with the HIV virus In the event that there is no condom used and no protective barriers or accident happens, they won't. There's no risk of them contracting the virus. Now, if it's someone who is not on antiretroviral medication, meaning they're not taking their HIV meds, they're not going to the doctor, they're not in care, they don't know what's going on with their body, and they go out and they have unprotected sex or condom breaks, whatever it can be, then yes, they can pass on the HIV virus. Okay? And this also goes for people who are afraid to go and get tested and don't know their status. Because that's what happens. A lot of times, people are HIV positive and they don't even know they're HIV positive. So there can be people out here who's having unprotected sex. They're HIV positive, they don't know it, and they're passing the virus on. So that can happen. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Hey. Hey, Jennifer. Micah is doing awesome. He's upstairs getting his G2 feeding right now. So he's doing good. Hey, Becky. TGIF. Yes, it's the weekend. Hey. You cannot transmit it if you're undetectable sexually. Correct. Look, my boo Dawn on it, girl. I'm so proud of Dawn. Y'all have no idea how proud I am of Dawn. If y'all knew, you'll be like, I'm proud of you too, girl. My baby on billboards and everything. Sure. Yes. What's wrong with you?
My son's jumping and she's hurting.
It scared you? It hurt your ears.
Yeah, because she's jumping.
Okay, well, just stay right here.
I know, but you can still hear it.
Okay, well, calm down, girl. Your hearing ain't. That's it. Do you need to go get your hearing checked? You want to go to the doctor and let them check your hearing?
Today?
No, not today. That girl be ready. I ain't never known no child be ready to go to the doctor, y'all.
I love the doctor.
Oh, my baby says she love the doctor. So when I become a doctor, you gonna love me even more? When I become a doctor? Oh, okay. Just making sure, cause I'm gonna need extra hugs and love. Okay.
Money.
And money, yes. This girl. Hey, from Quebec, Canada. What's equal? So, Nikki, you equals you. She's talking about what's equal you. I got you, sis. Hold on. Hold my coattail real quick. Come on, let's go on this ride. So, you equals you means undetectable equals untransmittable. If your HIV virus is undetectable, then the chances of you transmitting the virus to someone else, 0. I had to do my Darth Vader voice. 0. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Hey, Janatha. Because look, you know I was trying to butcher it. All right, Becky just asked an awesome question. So let's break this down. All right, Becky said, is AIDS the same as HIV? You ready? Y'all ready? Grab my coattails. You ready? Let's go. All right. So, HIV is a virus. Just like the coronavirus, just like the flu virus, it's a virus. But it's a virus that is transmitted sexually or through blood-to-blood contact. Okay? It's a virus that's transmitted through blood contact or sexual contact. AIDS is a syndrome. AIDS is a syndrome. So AIDS is basically what you can acquire as a result of your HIV virus status. So, for example, let's say you have the flu. All right? You know that if you have the flu, you can also potentially get pneumonia, bronchitis, sinus infections. You acquire those things because you have the flu, right? Are we on the same page? Because you have the flu, you can acquire pneumonia, you can acquire bronchitis, things like that. So that's what the same thing is with AIDS. When someone goes into an AIDS diagnosis, that means that they were not taking their medications or if they were, they stopped doing it. They stopped taking it so many times that their body just now won't accept any of the HIV medications that are available. It also means that, they're not going to the doctor. They're not doing those things. So AIDS is basically stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So when someone has an AIDS diagnosis, they can acquire pneumocystic pneumonia, which is a pneumonia that is more directed to those who are HIV positive with the AIDS diagnosis. They can acquire what's called KS sores, Kaposi sarcoma. It's like a skin lesions that can turn to skin cancer, and other opportunistic infections. Okay, so can you get the stool and take the thing off the door, the chain? Thank you. Hurry. And so that is okay. Hold on. Slide it all the way over and then pull it out. Good job. And then unlock it. All right. Sorry, y'all. All right. So that is basically okay. I'm coming. So that's basically here go the remote. Okay. Your chicken, I'm finna get it out the oven. I'm finna move around, y'all, so I want y'all to know the phone is gonna be moving. Okay. Sorry, y'all, because I'm finna be on the move. But so that's basically what the difference is. So AIDS is not necessarily anything. It can be multiple things. It can be different things. It is basically your body acquiring an opportunistic infection because you're not taking medications or allowing doing what you should do when you're diagnosed. Okay, so I hope that I was able to break that down a little bit for you, Becky. Let's see. Okay. But, okay, so hey, Alicia, or Alicia. I know sometimes that could be. In 10 minutes, you'll take that out of the oven. You want water? Because I put 2 waters in the freezer. Huh? I put 2 waters in the freezer. Do you want one? Because look, he bougie. He think he got to have some cold water. You don't want my room temperature water, little bougie man. Here you go. In 10 minutes, take that chicken out of the oven.
Whatever you do, don't get in that car, drive, come on.
No, she should be in the driver's seat. Oh, Lord. She know how to drive it. All right, I'm coming out. The thing, I'm gonna put the thing right here on the counter to get the what? I gotta take these. Yeah. No.
You said how long take that? 10 minutes?
For what?
Whatever you cooking in there.
Yeah, it'll be ready in 10 minutes. Yeah. My cocky upstairs, so I don't have it. Just let you know. You heard me? Ow, what? It's so sunny out here, y'all. Alright, so I might have to make this video kind of quick. She's sitting out here in the heat with the car off. Come on, get in, lock up.
Oh, shadow, my shadow.
Not your shadow.
I love it.
Oh, You want to drive?
Nope. I don't feel like it. Stomach hurts.
Your stomach hurts. Okay, well, I'm on live, so don't tell the people all your business.
I ain't studying them people. Where you go?
Why you out here with that?
You know there's a punch for the car.
Get off, though.
Because I'm comfortable.
It's too hot for that.
For y'all.
Too hot.
I'm going to helmet, so I'm going to be cool either way. I'm down for Mount Zion.
This lady here, y'all.
Hi, everybody.
Help
Good
me,
morning.
y'all.
How are
Help
you?
me.
And God bless you all.
Okay, let me see. Okay, it's awesome. So, hold on. Somebody asked her. Hold up. Hold on. Somehow I ended up all the way down here. Oh, hey, Jennifer said my son makes her day. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Alicia's comment. How long can you go without knowing you have HIV? It must show up one day, right? All right, so you guys, you've heard where people will say, oh, you know, it lie dormant for 10 years. So that is accurate in the sense of not necessarily that the virus is laying dormant, because no, the virus is not going to lay dormant for 10 years. What happens is, because people are too afraid to even go and get tested to know their status, it takes, so say for example, someone gets infected with the virus. By 2 or 3 months, they will know whether they're positive or they'll know whether they're positive or negative within 2 to 3 months of actually potentially contracting the virus. So what happened? None of that. So I'm about to put her out.
Yeah, you the one walking back home.
I'm about to put her out. Come get y'all auntie or whatever y'all want to call her. Come get her.
I told you I had to go to Sam's Marina.
Okay, so
Marion or whatever you call it.
So basically, with somebody who doesn't want to go get tested, if they contract the virus within 2 to 3 months, they are HIV positive. But what happens is, because they never went and go get tested, nothing, they just forgot about it in a sense. Within 5 or 10 years afterwards, they're gonna start noticing things, and it can happen sooner. It depends on the body's immune system, how well the person's white blood cells fight off infection. So if you have somebody with a stronger immune system, it can take up to 10 years. If their immune system is a little weaker, within that 5, 6, 7 year mark, they're going to start noticing things. They're going to start getting sick. They're going to start experiencing cold and flu-like symptoms. They're going to start getting sores. Just different things that they'll start noticing that's going to prompt them at that point to go to the doctor because of what's going on. And then that's when most times people find out that they're HIV positive. It is not because the virus lied dormant. It's because their brain lied dormant when they knew they should have took their behind to go get tested. Wasn't the virus. The virus was there. The virus was doing its own happy little business, making copies of itself and having a party all up in their body. But because they was too afraid to go and find out, because they knew they had been doing whatever they could have been doing, they chose to not find out their status. So I hope that was able to answer your question, Alicia or Alicia. I don't want to butcher your name, honey. I don't want to butcher it. All right. Good afternoon, Maddie. Hey, Selena. Hello. And y'all, Dawn in the comments, that's my sis. She the same information I'm giving y'all, she got the same information. She's awesome with it. And so yeah, when y'all see her responding to y'all in the comments, just know she ain't telling y'all nothing that ain't true, okay? I know it's a car right there. You ain't gotta tell me. That's why I put my blanket on. Oh, loud thing.
She retarded, y'all.
Nuh-uh. Hey, Sierra, I am doing good, child. Yes. I'm trying to make sure ain't no other questions before I move on to the next topic of this video. I want to make sure I don't miss questions that are relevant to the current topic. Hey, Melissa girl. Hey. Let's see. I think I'm almost to the bottom.
Molly, you want to go way
So Nikki says, what's a day of meds look like for an HIV positive individual? Great question. All right, so what do meds look like? So meds can look different for everybody. No two people, and I'm gonna just say this in the United States of America, because I know for a fact, unless things have currently, changed and got a little different in Africa, I know there are some countries and cities in Africa that at one point they were giving everybody the same medication regimen because they were just so swamped with so many people and so many cases. They were not taking the time and the care that they do here in the United States when it comes to properly making sure that you're on the right medications. So here, what I know for in the United States is that everybody can be on different medications. For the most part, a lot of the newer diagnosed patients are taking one pill, maybe two pills. If they're taking one, it's usually one of the one-a-days that have maybe 2 or 3 medicines in that one pill. So they're taking one pill once a day. We know now that we have the injection that people can take, where that injection, I believe, help me out, Don. The injection regimen, I believe it's a monthly, or I want to say it's a monthly injection. I know the answer. I just haven't looked at it or had to discuss it in a while. But they have the injection now, because now, unless you're somebody who is frequently non-compliant, you are not taking those cocktails of pills that people used to take back in the day. They had a whole handful and a couple pills. Now, on average, people are taking 1 to 3 pills, maybe 4. For me, I have 2. Some people take 1, some people take 3. It just depends on when they run your blood and what it comes back saying that you could possibly be resistant to. Because you have people, like I say, if they don't take their medications the way they're supposed to, and they frequently do that, you become resistant to the medicine. You get a resistance and build up a resistance to the medication. There are people in this world who have done that so many times that there's no medication that they can take, ever. Unless they come up with some new medication that they potentially qualify to take. As of right now, there's no medication that they can take for their virus. So that's why it's so important for someone who's HIV positive to get in care, stay in care, and do what they're supposed to do, because you don't want to be that person who have no options at all. All right, so let's see. How often should a person be tested? Great question, Nikki. All right, so a person should be tested. Okay, put it this way. If you are not sexually active, or if you have one sexual partner that you've been with for more than a year, I recommend, or married couples, only one sexual partner you've been with for more than a year, I would recommend you doing yearly testing. If you are someone who is frequently engaging in sexual activity, and then I would suggest every 3 to 6 months. Well, really, I would say 6 months. 6 months, because maybe you are sexually active, but not on the level of like somebody who like having multiple sexual partners, if that makes sense. So if you are someone, and I say every time you have a new sexual partner, you need to be getting tested. You need to be getting tested.
Scam Latin to be.
Anytime you have a new sexual partner, you need to be getting tested. Okay?
Huh?
Like, this is... I'm sitting still, y'all. I want y'all to know. So I'll be like, oh, I see driving. No, I'm sitting still. So... Look, let me take this harness off for a minute. It was holding me hostage. So I would recommend testing anywhere from 3 to 6 months for people who are sexually active. And if you're married or in a relationship you've been in for longer than a year, then I would recommend yearly testing. When you go for your yearly physicals, add that in there. Tell the doctor, hey, while I'm doing my yearly physical, can I also have my HIV test and my STD testing done? They'll do this. You have to request. You have to sign consent for them to do the HIV testing, but you can do that. All right, let's see. Hey, Genesis. So, I have been a phlebotomist and a medical assistant. I've worked in the medical field, but I am actually going on 15 years of being HIV positive. So that's why I have a wealth of knowledge in this. I've been sharing my story. I've been educating and speaking for the last 14 years. So this is what I do. This is mainly what this page is about. But I also share my life with people. I share my kids. I share my experiences. So that's why a lot of people, when they found my page during the time when I was sharing some things with my kids. So what I'm doing now with this education is typically what I do on my page. It's summertime, so we kind of been relaxed and everything. But I did have questions that people were asking me a month ago that I said, let me go ahead and get this information out to them, because that is what I do on this page mostly. So that's why I know a lot of information. So literally before I became HIV positive, I was a phlebotomist and a medical assistant. I was drawing people's blood. So at any point before I was diagnosed the way I was and infected the way I was, I could have easily gotten stuck by a needle working as a phlebotomist and contracted the virus at any point. So I was never, I was always educated on the HIV virus anyway. It just so happens now, not only am I educated on it, I'm walking in the shoes of someone who's been HIV positive. And so now I can take the experience of me being HIV positive along with the knowledge, merge those two together and share it with you all. Let's see. Happy Canada Day. Well, what's Canada Day? Help a United States of America citizen out. What's Canada Day? Listen, I am literally, let me tell y'all why I love Canada so much. Because I was binge watching in Murdoch Mysteries. And Murdoch Mysteries is based in Toronto, Canada. Yep, I'm talking about Murdoch Mysteries. I'm talking about a whole fictional show. But that show had me on the edge of my seat. Every time they talk about Canada, I felt like I had done been to Toronto. Like I knew what they were talking about. So yeah, I'm unofficial Canadian. Just to put it out there, one thing, and this is nothing new, everybody who knows me, Dawn can tell you, one thing I do not do on my page is I do not talk about cure talk. I do no cure talk on my page. Period. I don't talk about no Dr. Sebi. I don't talk about no patent. I don't talk about anything that is related to talking about a cure. So don't message me about it. Don't post about it. I have a filter on my page that literally specifically is to filter it out. So that's something I don't do on my page, because all that does is causes confusion. It causes misinformation out there. And I don't like that. So I stay away from that stuff on my page. So no disrespect to anyone, but no cure talk, no Sebi talk, no patent talk, no none of that when in that world. Okay. Have the number of cases declined in the last 5 years? So I'm not going to necessarily say that in the last 5 years that the cases have declined. That is very true in many different cities and states. So if you look at it on a more local level, because you can go to your state's health department website, look at the statistics in your actual city, compare the previous years to the current years of statistics, and you can, most times you will see a decline. But on an overall scale, the decline is almost unnoticeable. People are still becoming infected with this virus. It's still happening on a daily basis. It's still, it's the decline is happening, but you're going to see it more on a smaller scale when you're looking at it locally versus worldwide or national. Let's see here. I was negative in September. By November, my lymph nodes started swelling, and because... Oh, that's my girl, Hope. That's my other baby, y'all. Hey, Hope. Let's see. So, Hope said, I was negative in September. By November, my lymph nodes started swelling, and because I kept having unprotected sex with him, I kept getting sicker. He was all muscle while I was losing weight and stayed tired. So, finally, I went and got tested in June and was positive. And that is definitely my girl Hope's story. And she's not talking about current, like right now, like she did. Yeah. So my girl Hope, I'm so proud of you too. You and Don, listen, y'all don't understand how proud I am of y'all. Let's see. So yeah, I'm not gonna block y'all this time in these comments talking about cures and stuff, but I done said it. So if I see it again, you're gonna get banned from the page. Just saying. Let's see. Does the medicine bother your kidneys? All right, so Genesis wants to know, does the medicine bother your kidneys? So there are some medications that can be very harsh on the body, on your kidneys, on other other organ functions. Some of them are very harsh on the kidneys. I was on one called Norvir one time that does affect your kidneys, and it affects your liver. Really affects your liver. Like the whites of my eyes had started turning yellow, and I was like, I don't like that. So I literally like went to my doctor almost in tears, like, please take me off of this medication. And so I was able to find a different medication that, thankfully, any of the other medications that I've been on have not affected any of my organ functions. When I go pee in the cup, my organs looking great. Just saying. Okay, let me know if it's not frozen for you anymore, Felicia. I'm sorry. And I'm still scrolling, catching up with the comments. Yeah, I heard that too, Nikki. They got universal health care in Canada.
What's the name they gave you, please? What's Swedish?
It's next to Sunrise.
Okay,
so
right next to Sunrise.
Yeah, you said what did you tell them?
Sure.
Yeah.
I told her that's where we're gonna be tonight.
Oh, tell her where Wacko is at.
Mm-hmm.
It's on that same strip, but it's on all the way on the left end.
Okay.
Give her your cell phone number. Okay. Sorry, y'all. My mom was asking me a question. Let's see. So. Okay, good, Felicia. Good. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm yarded. I don't know why I'm yarning. I slept last night. Oh, you're so welcome, Selena. Absolutely. This is what I do, girl. I eat, sleep, breathe. From the age of 24 to 34, this was my life. When I turned 34 years old, I literally had to put I put a divider in my life. I had to separate. I literally had to separate Lady Bird, the HIV advocate, from Renee, the mom, daughter, sister, and all that, because I was so engulfed in the education. I was eat, breathe, sleep, education, and I had to kind of just separate the two and find out who Renee was again, because that's where I was at. I was at a point where I lost who I was as just being the regular person, and I was just this advocate. So, you buckled up? Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah. Huh?
Sam's.
Okay. Which is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at the little birdie. Listen, don't come across the street till I get by. It'd be so cute when you see birds walking, because you know they can fly away at any point. But when they walk, I'd be like, oh, they just want to walk just to show out. Like, you just want to walk and show out just because you could walk too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bird.
You ever seen a cripple one?
Little Noah, I'm not playing with you today, ma'am. Talking about, have I ever seen a crippled bird? Mom, we not playing with her today.
But they walk too. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know that if they wing broke, they gotta walk.
Mm-hmm.
And hope that they'll get ate up. The two phones.
Or that you got a mail out.
Yep, okay. I'm gonna take this last question from Nikki, and then I'm gonna go to the next topic, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Wow. So Nikki says, do you think there's still stigma, and that's why people are so afraid to be tested and disclose their status? Absolutely. Stigma is alive and well. Stigma ain't went nowhere. It's here.
Get out of the power.
I am.
Like, okay.
No. Stigma is alive and well. Listen, that's what my mama said, Nikki. She talking about the birds cripple. But yeah, stigma is alive and well. There are still people out here who don't know anything about HIV. They assume that you're dying. But when they assume that, guess what I say? Well, guess what? You dying too. Like, it's so weird. You ever hear somebody try to throw an insult out and they be like, well, that's why you dying slow. Well, ma'am, you dying slow too. What are you talking about? Everybody was born to die. Everybody dying. What you mean I'm dying slow?
But I ain't never heard.
Right, because at any given moment, I could outlive somebody who don't have the virus. You know? It just be so weird when people throw out certain things like, oh, you got HIV, you nasty. Hi, you know people are born with it. People are raped. People are lied to. So many different things transpire that, stop. You know it cuts on by itself after so many seconds anyway. You did it back there while we were sitting.
It would never cut off because you paused.
I'm gonna show you when we park in the parking space and it
go ahead and talk. Tell her to talk.
Stop bothering the car. You don't want to drive.
You ride.
You don't want to drive, so stop pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Y'all come get her if I make her tuck and roll up out this car.
She gonna be tucking and rolling.
I'll make her tuck and roll.
She gonna tuck.
You gonna be a roly-poly going up out this car.
Where you going?
She gonna look like a whole human roly-poly.
Y'all gonna get to meet her personally on the news. I'm gonna have in a stand-up box.
You gonna stand me up at my funeral?
You know, we went to one that you didn't go. My cousin was in one that was buried.
I don't want to be in no. Don't stand me up at the funeral. Lay me down.
Well, he had to look at everybody while he was standing there.
Don't stand me up, because if somebody tipped me over by accident, listen, I'm gonna haunt them for the rest of their life.
It was a beautiful going home service with her. I was afraid, but it was a nice.
She is Jawandalyn.
What she said?
Jawandalyn, that's the one living in Folkestone.
What she said?
She say you over here passenger driving. She about to be a passenger.
Passing or pesting?
You a passenger.
Yes,
driving.
ma'am.
She about to be a passenger tucking and rolling out of a moving vehicle. That's what she about to be.
When you want me to meet you, girl? Where you want to meet at?
I'm about to bring her to your house. That's what I'm finna do.
She got packs of instant grits and oatmeal. I'm fine.
I'm about to send her right on to your house. Exactly. Somebody said no. You worry about my comments. You didn't want to drive.
Well, what they said when you said exactly.
No, they weren't talking about your grits and oatmeal. Ain't nobody checking for you and your grits and oatmeal.
That car was about to hit us.
No, they wasn't. They was waiting on the cars to go by. Ma'am, again.
Don't you hit this car.
Would you like to switch seats?
I'm tired. I drove to your
You
house.
can't be tired because you ain't started talking yet.
I'm talking to my baby in the back.
She ain't even paying attention to you.
She got my phone. Yes, she is.
Look, we in the parking lot. I'm going slow enough now. You can tuck and roll and successfully land without hurting yourself.
That's true. I can get out and wouldn't hurt myself. You ain't told nothing but the truth.
I'm about to put her out of here for real, y'all. It did. Yeah, hope. Let me see. Let me scroll back up. Girl, yes, a person get hit by a bus tomorrow. Look at Matt. So, Janatha say, look at Magic Johnson. How long has lived, still going? Exactly. And people kill me when they say, oh, you know, Magic bought his cure. That man ain't bought nothing.
Cure.
He ain't buy nothing. Magic take his medicine like everybody else.
And he survived.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. This part here is what a lot of people honestly don't realize. The difference between the men and women that are diagnosed is, for some reason, men don't have no problem taking their medicine. I've met plenty of men who don't have issues with taking their medicine, because most men are on a 1-pill regimen, or I don't know. It's women that really are the ones that have a lot of issues with being with taking the medication, being compliant, and all that stuff. It's a part right here, so I'm gonna park right here, ma'am.
Okay.
So get your little walk on,
Get
get your little exercise on.
card out.
Tell them, hey.
Hey, y'all. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all wait till I get my new hair. Then I get on here.
Your new hair.
Yeah.
She said, wait till she get her new hair.
And you all about hair.
New hair. Your wig, you gonna get your wig?
Yeah, I'm gonna get me I got my wig at home, but I don't like that one. With all them little plants. I got one of them. I got
What about the wig I gave you?
My church wig. That little one.
You don't like it?
It ain't enough hair hanging.
You want a mushroom style wig?
Yes, that's the kind I want.
She want a mushroom style wig, y'all.
Oh, wavy one.
She want one with crimps. Y'all, that when she say wavy, she want a wig with crimps in it, y'all. Remember the crimps back in the day? Nikki, I work as a dental assistant, and I accidentally stuck myself with a needle from a patient that admitted to using hardcore drugs. So a person can be open to HIV at any time. Absolutely. Yep.
All right, I'll be back.
You are right. You standing? She just walking to pay a bill.
I'm just going to pay the bill at the counter.
All right. If you ever been tattooed, blood transfusion, dentist, etc., you can get HIV. Well, okay, so I'm not gonna necessarily say that with tattoos. I don't know in what capacity you're meaning with tattoos. I know now most tattoo places use the disposable equipment. A lot of them stray away from doing the whole autoclaving with the utensils, but most of them now use disposable tattoo equipment. But back in the day, absolutely. Don't y'all do her too much. Look, she exactly, Nikki. We so busy taking care of everything else. All right, so I'm gonna get to the next topic of what this video is about. So the other part of this video, the question that was presented when I posted and asked people what they wanted me to talk about was, what's the quality of life like for someone who's HIV positive? And we kind of touched on it a little bit. The quality of life is no different than the quality of life for anyone else. I still put my shoes, clothes, pants, everything on it the same way everybody else does, one leg at a time. However, nothing is different. If I don't take my medication, just like with other people, say somebody has cancer, they're giving cancer medication. They don't take the medication, they're putting themselves at risk. If I don't take my HIV medication, I'll put myself at risk. Whatever it is, if you don't take the medication that you could be given for whatever it is, you're putting yourself at risk. So the quality of life does not change. It only changes if I allow it to change. If I don't do what I need to do, then yes, it's going to change. I can live a long, full life. I can live to be 80, 90, 100 years old if I so choose. Meaning if I take care of myself. Now, if the Lord ready to call me home whenever he ready to call me home, don't let that be no time soon, okay? Holy Father, Jesus, God, sir, Mr. Man up there. But whenever it is, it is. But I personally, because I'm HIV positive, have not technically shorten my life in any capacity unless I don't do what I need to do. Okay? All right, Becky, have an awesome day. Enjoy. Did y'all tell me what Canada Day was? Somebody left me hanging. I don't remember if y'all told me what Canada Day was. But yeah, so that's really simple. There's nothing really all that crazy when it comes to talking about the quality of life for somebody who's HIV positive. Now, of course, if they go non-compliant, don't take care of medication for a lengthy period of time, and they go into an AIDS diagnosis, then it's going to take a lot harder work to get them back into an HIV status with their body, with their blood, with the virus, depending on how much of the virus now is in their body, because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So it's just one of those things where it all is going to be determined by you and your actions and how you take care of yourself. All right? Any final thoughts, questions, or anything before I end this live? I really appreciate everybody for coming on here, for sharing. If you have not shared this live, please share it. Put whatever caption you want to. Say, hey, y'all need this info. Come get this tea, whatever it is. Share this live so that people can get this education. I have many other moments where we're going to be educating, and I'm going to be giving out information. Courtney, hi. So you can go from AIDS back to HIV. So, okay. So HIV virus is what it is. It's a virus. When someone goes into what's called the AIDS diagnosis, they're still HIV positive, but they're HIV positive now with the potential of acquiring opportunistic infections. So they're HIV positive, but when they get an AIDS diagnosis, that means that you ain't taking your medicine, you ain't going to the doctor, you ain't doing what you need to do. And now you have hundreds of thousands of copies of the HIV virus in your body. Your T helper cells, those cells that help you fight off infection, are almost non-existent. So when someone gets an AIDS diagnosis and their body is at that level, if they go into care, they start taking the medication. They start going to seeing the doctor every 2 to 3 months. They start living a healthy lifestyle, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. Guess what? Your T helper cells rebuild. They come back plentiful. The virus that's replicated in the hundreds of thousands in their body is now lowering itself down to maybe hundreds of copies. And we want to get that to undetectable, which is less than 20 copies. Once they do that, yes, their body is back into only an HIV virus status. But on medical record, and I want y'all to understand this, because you have the scientific side of the HIV virus and the AIDS, and you have the I call it the paper trail side of things. Okay? So on the scientific side, yes, when you hit an AIDS diagnosis, but you do what you need to do by taking the medication, your body's going to go back into an HIV diagnosed status. But on paper, once you are diagnosed as having an AIDS diagnosis, that AIDS diagnosis is forever going to be attached to your medical chart. So your body may well be back into a healthy HIV status. But on paper, not only are you going to be listed as being HIV positive, but you're also going to be listed as having an AIDS diagnosis, whether your body is still currently in that AIDS diagnosis or not. So I hope that explains it. And if not, I'm pretty sure I can find a video that'll explain it, the same or better, or a little more different than I'm explaining. Because I know sometimes I can explain stuff. I'm very, very technical with my explanations. I'm one of those people who I love to use the correct terminology for things. If I feel I have to break it down into layman terms, I do as well. And I got this from when I was dealing with the situation with my twins. I would go into the NICU, because they were in the NICU And the doctors would come to me and they would talk to me about my kids, and they would talk to me in the layman's terms. And I appreciated the layman's terms, but I also wanted them to talk to me in the medical terminology, because I was able to understand it on a medical level. Because you think about it, when these doctors come to the bedside and they have these round tables at bedsides and they talking in medical terminology. They ain't talking to each other in layman's terms. So when you come to my bedside and you talking, I want to know that if you telling me that my son had a grade 4 IVH in both ventricles in his brain, and both hemispheres of his brain are suffering from this bleed, and he's going to have hydrocephalus, and he's going to have this X, Y, and Z, this, his cerebral sinus fluid is not flowing where it's supposed to flow. I want to know this information. I don't want it to just be, okay, well, your son has got blood in his brain. He got fluid in there that's not going where it's supposed to go. And, that's the layman's term of it. So I try to always educate you guys on both ways. I'm going to give it to you in the medical way, but I'm also going to break it down into those layman's terms where you understand it on a simplified level. But I want you to know these medical terms, because you might be out somewhere and hear people talking, and because you know both sides of the terminology, the medical and the layman's way, you might hear them saying some wrong information, and because now you know the correct information, you could be that person to say, I hate to interrupt, but I can share some information with you that could put you on the right track of knowing the right information, stuff like that. Or you could be standing there, and even you might not be that one person that want to butt in, but you might could sit there and say to yourself, well, dang, I know they saying something that I understand, but they ain't saying it the right way. So that's why it's always important. Don't ever let these doctors sit around and talk to you in layman's terms. No, tell me straight up what it is in the medical terminology book. Because sometimes I do feel like when they talk to you in those layman's terms, they talk to you like they feel like you might be a little dumb and you ain't gonna understand. When we in fact know that that's not the case. It's because you were never taught it. If you're not taught something, or you don't take the initiative to go and get the education, and you don't take the, you don't go and find out the information yourself. You know how people say, go Google it? Listen, yes. Go Google the hell out of it. Go to the library, get an encyclopedia. Go and get these medical books. Listen, they have some libraries that literally have book sales because they so influctuated with so many older books, and they trying to bring new books in. Whenever they do that here, I go to the library and I find all the books that they selling for however much that's on HIV, AIDS, STD, medical stuff. I'm grabbing up books. So do that. What you all excited about? Lord, who knew paying a bill had that much excitement?
Because it's getting it paid.
She come back in the car. Ooh, 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 dancing. All right, y'all, but I'm going to get off of here. Please share this video. If you missed the beginning of the video, go back and watch the replay. #replay. Let me know you watched the replay, and I'm going to shout you out in the comments. I'm going to give you some hearts, all that. But thank you guys for watching. Have a happy weekend. 4th of July is Monday. Be safe with these fireworks. Don't be out here scaring people dolls and these veterans. They sensitive. So let's be mindful with these fireworks. Don't go to jail for shooting off rockets if it ain't allowed in your city and state, okay? They already confiscated. Somewhere I read in up north, they confiscated $500 worth of fireworks.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, listen.
Listen, let's go. You got to pick up your daughter and drop off at River City. And then we'll
what?
be going back at her later. Because she want to go out there on her computer to sit in. I don't know why.
All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye.